Hello, hello, hello. We're back, and today we're going to talk about something that's really near and dear to our hearts. And what that is kind of discussing our children and kind of discussing just them being adults. And right now we're empty nesters. We're getting used to that, but let's talk a little bit about just the children and how they grow up and what they experience as far as in college.
Okay. I think for me, people have this perception that kids, once they turn 18, then they're pretty much labeled adults and they're ready to do certain things by themselves and maybe, in general, um, they're adults, they can make their own decisions. But I kind of disagree with that. At that time, that's even more important, I think, for us as parents. That's when they even need us more as they are making um, those decisions that's going to really impact them long term as far as career and other things in adulthood. So I still think that even after age 18, um, they need more guidance,
Mm.
because now they're starting to enter into, make decisions about college for ones who are going to college, or if they're going to a trade school, or, if they decide not to go to school, or military. Um, I think it's more crucial now that they need that particular guidance.
Okay, so you don't feel like just because they turn like what is the legal age? Is it 18 to be an adult? Whatever that is, do you feel like they're fully ready to fly? You're saying that you feel like parents should still kind of guide them along the way?
I do. I think, as our kids, when they turn 18, of course, they were ready for college. And we sat them down and had those talks with them, those discussions about, okay, what school do you want to go to?
Mm-hmm.
What school can we financially fund?
Mm-hmm.
What schools does it make sense for you to go to? So we had those discussions about, okay, what do you want to do as an adult career wise? And of course, they're not sure, but I still think it's important for them. I just don't throw them out there because they don't know. They don't know what their passions are. Most of them don't know what their passions are at that time. But um, we took the time to guide our kids as far
Mm-hmm.
as, if you're going to go to school, let's make sure that you're in a program that's employable, um, where you can get a major in and yet use that major and those skills you learn from that major for a job.
Yeah, I think that that's important. And also, it's interesting that at that age, it seems like they're still kind of unsure
Yeah,
about what they want to do. So, how did we kind of help them narrow, just different career topics down?
yeah.
How did we do that?
For us, we did some research on Google, and we said, okay, we just Googled the 10 jobs that are pretty much be hiring, or there'll be a need for resources in the next 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And so we looked at certain fields. Of course, we looked at the computer field, the medical field, accounting field, engineering field, teaching field. So all those fields that appear to be there would be a need for resource at the time. We sat our kids down and talked to them about it, and found out, hey, did you have an interest in these areas? So that's where it got started. And so for us, it was just to guide them. They're going to make their own decisions. We're going to give them
Mm-hmm.
the freedom to do so. But it was important for us to put them on a path for success. And now if they deviate from that path, that's fine too. But I think it's still important for parents to put them on that initial path.
Yeah. I think going to college is tough because you're still kind of feeling like you're a child, but you're kind of put into that adult world.
Right.
And so they do need some guidance, they need a little assistance. And also they need to kind of understand what their own interests are. Like you can't just push them into something that they're totally not interested in. So communication is key when it comes to kind of making those decisions and everything like that. So would you say that you think that our daughters are, happy with the decision that they made? They decided to kind of go into the medical field. Do you think that they're okay with the program that they chose?
I think they're comfortable with it, and they know they had the freedom to change if they so desire to. But um, yeah, I think they're comfortable with it. I'm in IT, and of course we had that discussion about technology, and that didn't interest them. So and that's fine.
Mhm.
But we had to make sure that as parents, we threw that out there. Because of course, with me having a background in it, I understand the piece of where the careers are. And the availability of jobs and different things in IT, and I presented that to them.
Mhm.
But that wasn't their interest, and so but they're in the medical field. I think they're pretty comfortable in it.
Mhm. And they know that it's not easy. It takes a lot of hard work. Some days they're down about it, but that's life in
That's
general,
right, right,
So we just wanted to kind of just bring this up because as parents, you want the best for your children, and you want to make sure that you have constant communication with them. You don't want to just throw them just to the wolves. You want to consistently guide them through the process of selecting a career because that's what they'll more than likely be doing for a long, long time. So, are there any other tips that you think would help parents as they're on this empty nest journey?
uh, yeah. I just think it's important for you to have those conversations with your kids. Again, um, you're not swaying them in a direction, but as a parent, the difficulties of making that bad decision initially. A lot of people were in fields that they didn't have degrees in, and they would like to be in those fields, but of course the job opportunities weren't there. And then there are certain areas, there are certain majors that it's very difficult to get a job in. I mean, I'm not knocking certain majors, but if you get a degree in philosophy or humanities or these other areas, okay, so where is that going to take you? You
Yeah,
know,
whatever they decide to do, no matter what, because there are some people that get in those majors and they succeed, but no matter what, you have to have a
right?
plan in place. So when you do different things like that, just be aware, where is this going to take me next?
Yeah,
So, and that's what we want for all of our children to know what's next in life for them. So,
right.
I think that these are some good tips. And what I would like people to do is just maybe drop a few comments. If you're an empty nester, if you're having questions about different things as far as how can you guide your children, we're not medical people, we're not, psychologists or anything like that, but we do have experience because we've gone through this.
Right.
So just drop us some comments and just kind of give us your thoughts about, empty nesting and what you feel about your children and their career. Is there anything else?
That's all.
That's it. See you next time.
See you later.